Hiya, back in lockdown, so I'm going to start doing some more cooking videos. Forgot how really weird it is to talk to a computer when there's no one in the room. I'm going to do it slightly differently this time. I'm going to take an ingredient and over kind of 3 videos do something slightly different each time with that ingredient, so we learn a bit more about that. So I'm going to do potatoes for the next 3. So the one I'm going to do today is I'm going to do spicy potato wraps. So just going to boil them in the skin, so pop them in a pan of water, pop some salt in, and then just boil that for about 35-40 minutes because they're whole and big. You can peel them and boil them, you can kind of roast them in the oven, do them however you want. I do it like this simply because it's easier and I'm lazy and I'm going to speak about the flesh later. And actually the skin on stops them getting a bit too mushy. So I'll just pop that on now. And I shall see you in about 40 minutes. Right, the potatoes have just boiled for about 35 minutes. So I'm just going to cool them down. So I'm just going to run them under a cold tap and drain them. While the potatoes are cooling a bit, I'm just going to get on with making the spice mix. So I'm going to dry fry some cumin seeds. Some black onion seeds. Some whole mustard seeds. And just a couple of curry leaves. Just dry fry that for a minute. I've got 1 onion finely sliced. I'm going to cut half a pepper, diced, and just kind of 1 green chilli, finely diced as well. Those spices are just fried for a couple of minutes. Just going to add a little bit of oil. And then just fry the onion for a couple of minutes as well. About 3 or 4 minutes fry the onion for. That's been frying for a couple of minutes, about 3 or 4 minutes. So that's just the red pepper and green chilli just in. And again, just fry that for a couple of minutes, 3 or 4 minutes to really soften that down. You've done the whole spices, now I'm going to add the ground up spices. So just a normal dessert spoon, that's turmeric, garam masala, and Madras curry powder, and then just let that cook for a minute or 2. And just while that's cooking for a minute or 2, just to kind of draw out the oils and the flavours, I've peeled the potatoes, so these are all cooked, so I'm just going to mash them roughly, but you don't want it, you want to leave it whole because you're going to kind of mix it in there, so just with a fork, that's just a rough mash there and that's going to become your filling. So you can really smell the flavours off that now, so put a big spoon of butter in. Butter. So just melt the butter in there. And when the butter's melted, just add the potato. So now that's all melted down, just add the potatoes in. And then just mix the potatoes with all the spice. So you want to take it to about there where you've got a lot mashed but you've still got some whole bits in there. And then just turn it off, taste the spice, make sure it's okay. And that spice just needs a bit of salt in there. I'll just take that off the heat and sit that there for a minute. Flip that board over. So you can use that as a side dish on its own, you can use that to make really nice potato cakes, but I'm going to use it to stuff corn tortilla wraps. So I just want to put a pan on medium heat and just a little bit of oil. whilst the pan's just warming up, I'm just going to stuff a couple of tortillas. So a bit of the mix along the bottom, fold up the sides, and then just kind of fold it over like that. Keep the sides folding over. That, and just press that down lightly. Then I'm just going to pop those in just to fry and crisp. I'll make some more up in a minute, but as you see, just from 4 or 5 potatoes, you've got plenty of mix there. Whilst that's just crisping up, I'm going to just make a quick tomato dip. So just six or 7 half tomatoes, half a shallot, roughly chopped, that rest of that red pepper, big glug of olive oil, nice bit of salt. If I had lemon juice, I'd put it in, but I haven't got lemon juice. And then just a bit of coriander. Give that a quick taste. Nice. Okay, so they're lovely and golden and crisp on both sides. So let's get ready to plate. Pop a couple on there. And then just pop some of the salsa, little dip salsa thing in there. And there you have it, lovely crispy tortillas. The lovely crispy tortillas filled with a spicy potato mix with a lovely dip.